You could say that One After 909 took the longest trip of any Beatles song. John Lennon began it around 1957, when he was just about 17 and had only recently started writing with Paul McCartney. That makes it one of the earliest songs connected to their partnership, created even before George Harrison had fully settled into the Quarrymen, and years before anyone outside Liverpool knew their names. Yet, the Beatles didn't release it until May of 1970, placing a teenage song on Let It Be near the very end of their career. And the story in the lyrics was fictional, not based on some real train journey or a girlfriend. Paul remembered that he and John were trying to write an American-style freight train song like the ones they admired, including Midnight Special, Freight Train, and Rock Island Line. The basic joke was that the woman did not catch the 909 train, but the one after it. Lennon also connected the number to his strange lifelong fascination with 9. He had lived at 9 Newcastle Road and was born on October 9. John and Paul's memories differed over exactly how much each band wrote, but both agreed the song came from their teenage years. The Beatles finally tried to make a proper studio recording on March 5, 1963, during the same Abbey Road session that produced From Me to You and Thank You Girl. They recorded 5 takes, but the performance repeatedly came apart, and the surviving session tape captures the group stopping, correcting parts, and trying again. An acceptable master was never finished, so the song was put aside while the 2 newer numbers became their next single. More than 30 years later, Anthology 1 exposed the abandoned attempt by combining portions of takes 4 and 5, along with a separate collection of false starts.
Well, my baby said she's traveling on the One After 909.
6 years later, while searching for straightforward songs during the troubled Get Back project, the Beatles unexpectedly pulled One After 909 out of storage. Of course, the whole idea behind the project was to strip away studio tricks and prove that they could still function as a live rock and roll band, making an old Quarrymen-era number unusually well suited to the job. They rehearsed at Apple's Savile Row headquarters and then played it on the roof on January 30th, 1969. It was the only rooftop performance of the song, and that live recording, with Billy Preston adding electric piano, became the version selected for Let It Be. The rooftop performance was released on May 8, 1970, more than a decade after the song had first taken shape. At the end of the recording, Lennon briefly fooled around with the opening of Danny Boy, leaving a small joke attached to one of the band's last public moments. And the result is an odd little time capsule. Teenage John and Paul trying to imitate American train songs, the confident 1963 Beatles failing to finish it, and the exhausted 1969 Beatles finally getting it right in the open air. So the song itself, it missed its first departure. It waited 6 whole years and then caught the one after it.